Hello guys, welcome back to my channel, and in this series we're going to be going over the modalities in astrology, okay, the three modalities, and in this video we're going to focus on the fixed signs. So with astrology there is cardinal, fixed, and mutable. Alright, those are the three modalities and they represent how the elements and zodiac signs express themselves. Alright, and in this episode we're going to focus on the fixed signs, okay, and this is going to be Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius. Alright, but before we get into that, I just have to remind you, if you enjoy my readings, you definitely can book a reading with me. I do astral birth natal chart readings as well as tarot. All you have to do is email me at samastroreadings@gmail.com. That's samastroreadings@gmail.com, and I'll certainly get back with you. Definitely looking forward to that. So yes, getting back into the fixed signs of astrology, which is again Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius, okay? And one thing you have to understand about the fixed signs is, like, unlike the cardinal signs, which we discussed, they start off the season. You know, Aries kicks off the spring, Libra kicks off the fall. The fixed signs stabilize the season, okay? They represent the most consistency of that season. This is like the season being fixated, okay? So this is not, you know, like Aries starting off in like the spring and the flowers are now blooming and stuff. This is Taurus, where the flowers are here, okay? The nature is here. The spring, the hot air is here. So fixed signs are very stable. They're stabilizers. So Taurus stabilizes the spring. Leo stabilizes the summer. Scorpio stabilizes the fall, and Aquarius stabilizes the winter, okay? So this is consistent peak weather, and these are the attributes you're gonna see in fixed signs, okay? They're very stubborn, they're very fixated and focused, okay? They're about consistency, okay? And again, this all happens during the peak season, so they're all about being stable, stabilizing, having a consistent energy and a very focused one. So starting off with the first fixed sign, which is Taurus, okay? And Taurus is going to represent, in my opinion, the most fixated sign. It's like the definition of fixated, because Earth energy is very fixed. You know, Earth, you know, Taurus is in the earth element, so this is hard, this is stern, this is together. You know, look how compacted Earth is, okay? So they're already very stiff, okay? Because you're an earth sign, you already understand stubbornness and consistency just based off the fact that you're Earth. But this is the fixated Earth. This is Taurus. So what do we know about Taurus? Taurus are extremely stubborn. Extremely stubborn. They like security, they like stability, they like consistency, they like routine, okay? They're not spontaneous people. They're people that like to do the tried and true. And because they're fixed Earth, they're so fixated on it. They're so fixated on doing this specific thing this way. Okay, this is again the reputation of why Taurus is the most stubborn sign, because it's fixated Earth. Think of Earth, it's already hard, and then you have it fixated. This is like stone. So again, Taurus are very stubborn. They don't change their mind on things. They keep things the same. They like things the same. They like routine. They like stability. The reason why they like this consistency, stability, routine is because they like to be stable. They like to know things are going to be the same way all the time. Okay, this is this fixated sign. And it's an energy that is not only consistent, but they're also very focused. You know, Taurus can work on something for a very long time until it's accomplished. And that's another attribute with fixed signs, is they're very focused because they're fixated, okay? So they don't have to move around and keep doing things, new things, and switching up things. They can keep focused, and this focus helps them accomplish long-term goals or things that take time. So again, with Taurus, very structured, very stable, very consistent, and also very fixated, okay? They can focus on things, get them done, and do it in a very consistent way, where other signs, might not be able to finish things, because they're not so fixated. Cardinals, mutables, they like to start things, change things, switch up things. So Taurus is the most stable, because again, Earth is already a stable energy, and then you're adding that fixation on it. You're getting like stone, hardcore stone. You know how stubborn stone is. It's like together, it's hard to break stone. So this is Taurus. This is why you can't break their routines. You can't change your mind. Even if you give them, like, say if you get into an argument with a Taurus and give them all this logic, if they believe in something, it makes them comfortable, they will stick to that. Because again, this is the ultimate fixated sign. There's so much stubbornness, so much stability, so much consistency that needs to happen that they're not really interested in switching things up. And you see this within the season, Taurus season. Taurus stabilizes the spring season. So after the Aries season, Aries is cardinal energy. It kicks off the spring. Taurus comes in and it stabilizes it. This is the definition of spring, Taurus season, because all the flowers are blooming now. This isn't like flowers starting to bloom like cardinal or Aries season. All the flowers, the plants, the trees, the sky, everything's out, is beautiful. Taurus season is peak nature, okay? And again, it stabilizes spring, and we know spring is beautiful. It's not too hot, but it's warm. The trees, the plants, everything. If you want to look at the definition of spring, definitely look at Taurus season, because Taurus stabilizes the season. This is why it's so beautiful. And it's peak spring season, with Taurus season. So definitely something to understand when it comes to these fixed signs, is that they stabilize energy. All right. So now moving on to the next fixed sign, which is Leo. Okay. And this is fixed fire energy. Fixed fire energy. So this is taking fire and keeping it still, keeping it in one place. Okay, because it's fixating. So what would you think of? Okay, a fixed fire. Fixed fire would be like the light. Fixed fire would be like the campfire, the fire that's in the middle and everyone's around it. This is fixed fire. Fixed fire is like the sun, that big fireball that stands right in the middle, right in the sky, and it's in the center of our, universe and our reality. That is fixed fire energy. Fixed fire energy is very much like the light. Okay, the light, the center of attention. Okay, which is very much Leo. So this is no exception when you look at the fixed attributes. And Leo is very much that. Leo likes to be the center of attention. Leo likes the attention to be on them. Okay, and they're fire, so they stand still and they express their energy. You will pay attention to it because it's fire. Fire grabs your attention. It's the light. So again, fixed fire is very much the archetype of the light, the archetype of the sun, the archetype of Leo. Because this is fire that stays in the center and everyone revolves around it. Everyone watches it because of its light and its inspiration. So very much Leo energy. They like being fixated on themselves. They like being the center of attention. They like everyone revolving around them. They like being stars. They like spreading their energy. That is Leo energy, the star, and that is fixed fire energy. So very important attribute to understand about Leo energy. Okay, and it's very interesting to understand this because fire energy is a moving energy. It's all about movement, go. So a lot of times we might not think of fire as a stable energy, but when you think of it, you finally understand what it is, which is the light. Okay, the fire that stays in the middle, that stays in the center, that is the light, and that is Leo energy. But Leo energy is also very stubborn. Very stubborn, very fixated on them. You know, Leos pay a lot of attention to their egos and how they express themselves and how they are to people. They're very self-centered. Again, it's that fixated energy, being fixated on themselves, being fixated on who they are. And this is why they make things so much about them, or why they can be the center of attention, because they make it about themselves. Again, it's that fixated energy, okay, being very fixated on you, making things about you, so things become about you. The reality around you becomes about you, you know. So that's how, you know, a lot of Leos gain that attention, because they know how to focus on themselves and make things about themselves, and then everyone else follows, okay? Especially since they do it in such a fiery, passionate way. It's entertaining, it's warm, it gets a lot of attention. So that's that fixated energy, okay? And that's that strong ego that you see with Leos too. Leos are very stubborn with their sensitive egos. They like things to be about them. They strongly believe in themselves, and they're stubborn about it. You know, you can try to tell a Leo off, or tell them that this is not this, but if they truly believe it, you know, their egos, their strong self-centered egos won't allow them to think differently. You know, they're very stubborn in that way, and they have very strong egos, okay? You have to understand, to be like a star, to be a kind of role model, to be a center of attention, you know, you gotta be fixated on yourself, okay? You gotta be stubborn about yourself, okay? You gotta plant your feet and have that confidence, okay? So a lot of that center focus deals with their confidence and their energy and their ability to be their biggest support, right? But this is also why they can be so self-absorbed, so much about themselves, all right? And if they overdo it, it can lead to like narcissism. And you know how narcissists are incredibly stubborn. They don't see anybody else but themselves. And I'm not saying this is Leos, okay? This is just Leo energy, like on crack. You know, this is like the dark side Leo when it goes too far. Or this could just be, you know, the more negative aspects of your Leo traits coming out. You know, because you don't have to be an unhealthy Leo to, you know, express some, you know, unhealthy traits. You know, this could just be your Leo energy on a bad day, but definitely very self-centered. And if you look at Leo season, this is peak summer season, okay? This is when it's hot, okay? So Cancer starts off the summer, but in August in Leo season, this is like peak summer season. So it's hot, it's very hot during this time. You know, everyone is out. You know, everyone's kind of like feeling themselves. This represents a lot of Leo energy. Very hot, okay, very passionate, okay? This is a strong light. This is the sun like beaming its heat and its energy. So you see how sometimes when a Leo is doing too much, it could be too hot. It could be, you know, a lot, okay? And this is why they're so hot. This is why they flash so much. This is why they get so much attention. This is why so much energy is around them. It's because this is fire energy that is fixated on them. So it makes them the star. It makes them the center of attention. It makes them that campfire that everyone revolves around. The next fixed sign is Scorpio, okay? Scorpio, okay? This is the next fixed sign, and this is fixed water energy, okay? So this could be like cold like ice, okay? When you think of Scorpio fixed energy, think of like ice, okay? Or think of the stillness of the deep waters, okay? This is Scorpio energy, is deep, okay? So this is water energy. Water energy is emotional, and when you fixate it, okay, this is like being very hyperly focused on your emotions. So this is why Scorpios can keep lots of grudges. This is why Scorpios are very deep. This is because of the intensity and the focus that they put on in their emotions. They're fixating emotions. Scorpios can be very, very stubborn in the way that they feel. Okay, if they feel a certain way, they believe it, that's it. Okay, and this also makes them very aggressively intuitive as well too. You know, your intuition deals with your emotions, and when you're so fixated on them, Okay, you are really in tune with how you tune with other people. So this is why Scorpios can feel like they can read everyone and they know everyone, and and like they see right through everyone and everybody, because they're fixated on emotions. They know how to penetrate that intuitive energy, so they can pretty much read into anyone. Okay, this is like their superpower, being able to just read into anybody. This is that fixated emotional energy, being fixated on their intuitional gifts. This water energy, fixed water. So a lot of focus, but this explains a lot about Scorpios with that fixated energy. This is why Scorpios can be superly obsessed, hyperly focused on their relationships, hyperly obsessed with people, hyperly obsessed with anything that they really want. Okay, whether it be success, money, a new car, power, a relationship, whatever it is, because they are fixating emotions. Fixated emotions makes your emotions that much more powerful, deep, and obsessive. Okay, because emotions are strong. They represent the soul of who you are and what you really want, need, and are. So when you fixate on that, your soul, and you put so much energy into it, again, this makes these people super duper intuitive, super stubborn, and this is also why they can like stay and wallow in their emotions for a very long time. Scorpios can deal with depression, again, depression, grudges, obsession. These energies is because of how fixated they are in their emotions. They stay in them. So it's very important for Scorpios to be aware of this, because there are positive things about this, which I'm going to get into. But one thing to also remember is that when you're so focused on your emotions, they can become so much more stronger, so much more powerful. And it can lead to lots of obsessions with people, lots of grudges, okay? Lots of emotions that, you're kind of stuck in, and you haven't been able to release, okay? Kind of like getting yourself in a black hole and just constantly, drowning in it, okay? So be careful, with Scorpios, with that fixated energy, to not get so fixated in your emotions that you get drowned in the waters, okay? You get drowned in depression because you can't, come out for some breath and from some air because you're so fixated on your emotions. So you be careful of not letting the intensity of your emotions kind of drown you. But even with that, there's a lot of power. With strong emotions come eviction, come action, come motivation. When you feel something strong on an emotional level, there's so much motivation for it because there's so much deep energy just like boiling in. So with Scorpios, their fixed emotions, why they're so passionate, why they can accomplish things, why they seek something and they seek it out to the end, because of that obsession, that focus that they have on it, and their emotions are so strong. So yes, you can watch out for the obsessions and stuff like that, but also understand that this is a very ambitious person who, you can pretty much do anything you want, for better or for worse, but you can do anything you want with that strong, passionate energy. So definitely something big about Scorpios, and something big about fixed signs in general. There's a strong passion. Fixated energy is passion, it's obsession. So it is that. This is the same thing with Leos. That passion, obsession energy. And Scorpios also in the peak fall season. Okay, so this is when like a lot of the leaves are now on the floor and they're brown. Everything's getting consistently cold. It's darker now. You get a consistency of that cold weather before you hit winter. And this is Scorpio season, okay? Again, fixating on that cold energy. And it's getting colder too, okay? So, that fixation on that, that cold energy that could represent, again, like depression or just deep emotions. That cold emotions, you got to think of water. Water can be very cold. okay, and you're kind of fixated on that. This is why Scorpio season can be a very dark time, a time where you're really focused on your emotions and your emotional development and how you're feeling. It could be a depressing time. This is the fixation on the emotions, okay? And emotions are dark. It's water, so it's deep. So this is definitely Scorpio season, okay? This is why things get darker. They change the time during the season, Halloween season. We're getting to that. We're establishing that we're in the cold now. We're no longer in the warmth. During Scorpio season, it is stabilized. It stabilizes the fall weather. It is now consistently cold. It is now officially cold season. No buts about it. But very powerful energy, okay? Like I said, the ambition of a Scorpio is like no other, because this is fixated emotions, and it doesn't get any more passionate than that. The last fixed sign is Aquarius, okay? And this is fixed air, okay? Fixed air. So Aquarius to me is just air in general. This is why Aquarius represents society and just humanity in general, because air being fixated is the air that's contained here and on Earth, the air that we have, okay? So this is everything and everyone. This is why, again, Aquarius represents society, all people, okay? Air is social energy, mental energy, how we communicate, okay? Society, the collective. Aquarius energy is one of the most mentally focused energies, okay? Because even though Aquarius is very random, shocking, their ability to focus on a study and understand it to the T is immaculate, and it's due to that fixed air energy. Okay, air is not just social and communicative and represents society. Air also represents our mind, okay, because it all starts in the mind. Before we communicate, before we make connections, before we socialize, the mind is the source for all of that. So with Aquarius being a fixated mind, this type of air sign is someone who can really put their mind to something and focus on it like no other. Okay, like no other. This is so important, because this is what makes Aquarius such a genius, is because of their fixated minds, okay? This is why Aquarius is all about knowing unique studies versus everything. Gemini is the air energy of like knowing lots of stuff of everything, just knowing all these facts, knowing a little bit about everything. But Aquarius is about focusing on a specific subject, being a genius and a master at a specific subject. Aquarius they're not going to be the people that know a little bit about everything. They could, but not really. They're going to be the ones who have specific subjects that they know to the T. Like they know it 100%. That's Aquarius energy, because Aquarius is, again, fixated air. So they use their minds, but they fixate, okay, on something. So they're not going to collect all the information about everything. They're going to focus on specific ones, but understand it in such a depth level. And this is what makes them such geniuses. It's not just that they think outside the box, it's their ability to study something to such depth, because they're so focused mentally that they're able to understand a topic and a study on such a depth, intellectual, deep, complex level, because of the amount of focus and fixation they have on it. So mentally, Aquariuses can become obsessed with their studies and obsessed with certain information, obsessed with all that, and all of that deals with air energy. Air is information, communication, all of that, mind, study. So Aquariuses are geniuses because of this. It's not just because they think outside the box. It's very much also because of how focused they can be on a topic. And the reason why they're actually able to innovate and think outside the box and reinvent a whole subject is because of how well they study it. See, before you can really flip a subject, come up with a new idea, of something or transform an idea, you have to understand the basis of it first. And again, that is that Aquarius energy. So Aquarius is like the type of person that comes to a math class, learns the math like everyone else, knows it very well, but knows it so well that they create a new formula and how to do the same thing. So maybe we're using this formula and we learn it. Aquarius learns that formula, gets bored, and creates a new formula to get that same answer. That is Aquarius energy. That's innovation, but they're able to do that because of the fixation they have on topics and studies. Their mind is so fixated on stuff. So that's why they're able to take it to the next level. So Aquarius energy is very much smart because of this. It's not just because they think outside the box, it's because they're fixated mental energy. Okay, and this is why they're also so focused on society. Okay, because like I said, air energy not only represents our mind and information communication, but it represents our society, because society is how us humans communicate with each other. That's how we create groups, is through communication. We share the same language. Okay, we speak the same way. We are associating with the same place in the same situations. You know, we have the same associations. Okay, communication, community. All of this is air energy, and this is why Aquarius are focused on friends. They're focused on society. They can be social justice warriors because they love to see social dynamics. This is, again, the fixed air energy, being fixated on society, on communications, on our world, our social world. Okay, so definitely a big thing when it comes to Aquarius, and why they're also very fixated on groups. And this is all air signs, okay, because they all deal with socializing, but Aquarius is the fixated socializer. Okay, so Aquarius is also stabilizing the winter season. Okay, so this is after Capricorn starts off the winter season. Then we're in the middle of Aquarius season, winter. And for me, this is very Aquarius, because I can imagine that getting into the harsh realities of winter, which Capricorn kicks off, you know, by the time you get to Aquarius season, by this time you're adapted. Okay, you're adapted to the winter. Okay, so by this time, because you're adapted to the winter, now you have to find very unique ways in how to live. Okay, because you're not living like you were during the heated times during the summer, the spring, even the fall, where it was okay to just walk outside. Now you really are stuck in the snow, the winter, and you really have to invent new ways of living, new ways of doing things. You know, you got to think about people back in the day when they were crop farmers, and then the winter season came in. That's Capricorn season, shocking them, initiating this kind of struggle. And then by the time you get to Aquarius season, you're adjusted to it, and now you have to find unique ways to maneuver through this kind of droughted, dead season where there's no fruits and plants and anything, you know, to use. So this is why you get very inventive during this season, you know, and this is probably a great season where people had to come as a collective, because the temperature, the weather is so harsh. You know, you would work in groups in order to survive. Okay, so yes, that is Aquarius fixed energy, and this is also why Aquarius are very stubborn too. Aquarius think they know everything. They think they're smarter than everyone, and they're very smart too. But again, that fixated energy, how so fixated they are, you know, they can believe that they're the smartest people in the world because of how much depth, how much they study, how much they invent, you know, and they could make them stubborn too. So be careful, Aquariuses. Okay, you know, with your stubborn energy, thinking you know everything. You don't, you still can learn, okay? And that's going to help you know even more. So don't let your stubborn fixed air energy stop you from growing and learning, because it's a constant process. But Aquariuses can get stuck in the I know it all type of energy, and as a result, because of that fixed stubborn energy, they don't learn more. So be careful with that, Aquariuses. But yes, that is fixed signs, okay? Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, Aquariuses, very powerful energy. Fixed signs are very powerful because of their intentions, their ability to focus. They can get a lot of things done, their ability to stabilize, okay, and their stubbornness, okay. Again, this makes them get things done. This makes them very confident in themselves and very self-assured, okay. But don't let that stubbornness block you, because that stiffness can stop you from being flexible and doing the changes that you need to do. But yes, fixed signs are very powerful people, very strong in energy, very convinced, and these are not people that you can easily sway. So I hope you guys enjoyed that, okay? And be back for some more, because we're gonna get into the mutable signs. All right, but that is fixed signs. And if you did enjoy that, you can book a reading with me. I do birth natal chart readings as well as tarot. All you have to do is email me at samastroreadings@gmail.com. That's samastroreadings@gmail.com, and I can certainly go forward with you. I'll check you guys out on the next video, and thanks for watching.